as men have their emotions, we just talked about their evolutionary wiring. Some of those emotions are the approach anxiety.
Yeah.
It's to protect them. But it's also, men have built-in mechanisms, by the way, to misinterpret signals. So be careful of that. It's to encourage them to go and approach, otherwise to pursue and hunt back in the day. And it's still there today. So a woman in a bar, and you're being friendly, and a woman just puts a hand on the shoulder, and the guy's getting all fuzzy and attached, and she can't get rid of him. So you have to be careful with that. But these emotions, these are not the everyday emotions that she's aware of. These are based on evolutionary wiring. Yeah, that's her spikes that she has to react to unconsciously, that she's not aware of and typically has no control over. And I saw one of the documentaries the other day, and they were hating on the fact that I was talking about jealousy as a plot line. And I said that women typically don't always appreciate the man until they see another woman showing interest in him. All of a sudden she feels, because...
Threatened.
And it's not the jealousy, and it's not necessarily to be manipulated, but it's to understand that if she can see other women in his life and other women are reacting favorably to him, for her to be reacting the way she is to you, that means she must have uncovered all of the other little components that typically a woman may have to find out. Has he got healthy emotional wiring? Is he going to freak out? Is he the protector? Is he a provider type? Is he a leader of men? Has he got social intuition? Is he going to grow in his life, or is he just going to give up the second if he loses his job? But a woman cannot see that.
Absolutely.
She cannot see that at the front end. So she has to find out over time. She has to go on dates and things to find out. And the guys, they want to go on dates, I've got to spend all this money. But it's unfair because he can see what he likes, the beauty, visually. Right or wrongly, he's going to react to the beauty first and foremost because he doesn't need the survival. He just wants to have sex and have children. Even though he may not want the children, just may want the sex. But he's still reacting to the emotional wiring. Healthy emotional wiring and beauty is a great signal for him. So he can see enough to be attracted. It's easy for him. She cannot see, while she appreciates beauty in a guy, there's all these other factors that she needs.
Absolutely.
But for a man, I think the best example is you could drive by a billboard and billions of dollars in the world are spent on advertising beautiful women, or even the body parts of beautiful women, just flashes of sexual and beauty. Now, and that's why men flashing their abs on the Instacrap, the Tinder profiles, and it's like, douchebag, and that's because it doesn't have the same impact, but guys think it does. It's like what you said, like, don't send a dick pic, send a healthy picture in a suit. It's the power and the status that's more attractive. But how much do you see in billboards and advertising boards of men's body parts, or men? You just don't, in contrast. And imagine you saw a pair of legs on a long landscape, driving along the car. It's going to catch your attention. Even women will appreciate the beauty.
Yeah, absolutely.
But imagine you put a man's pair of legs on, hairy legs, they're like, ew. It'll have the ew,
Yeah.
So we react to different things. And those emotions that you were talking about, these are the attraction mechanisms that are built into her DNA wiring that she has to respond to. One her man, and that's what I was saying about when she goes out with a guy, and she brings her friends along. She wants to see how her friends, and she wants to see how he behaves. Another guy who's a social artist and has worked and mastered the art of captivating an audience and adding value without being an entertainer, and making sure everybody in the group is involved. Even maybe the not so pretty one who gets left out. Keeping everybody involved. How you doing? And everybody's feeling good about being around him, and she can see, wow, that's her man. Every woman wants to feel, would you agree? Wants to feel proud of a man. But a guy's the pickup artist who only practices approach. He won't have those social skills. And every time they go out, she's going to lose value for him. So many men get divorced where they love each other, they had bonding, but there's just no attraction there anymore. Because he's not firing those same attraction switches. Is he being a protector, a provider, a leader? And even if he's not got those things, has he got the personality traits to show that he will be in the future, especially for the young guys? And I feel sorry for the young guys because they're at the age where the 21-year-old woman wants a guy with a little bit more status, who's typically older, and they say that the sexual marketable value, that a woman's strength is at a 21, and the guys is at 30. But what about the guys? And they're a lot of the ones who get sucked into what I call the dark side. The dark side, because they haven't got their coin, they haven't got any other value in their lives. They know if she sticks around, they can't afford to go on many dates. So they're in trouble there. So having, and that's why we get our guys to talk about, where are you going in life? They're like, oh, I want to talk about picking up women, not where am I going in life? No, because you're going to have to answer this. And a lot of guys don't know. We're not going to create something. If you're not, we're going to talk about what can you be doing? How can you be excited about your life so that you feel great about it and excited, so she picks up on that energy and she wants to be with you on the journey. And she can be of value to him on that journey so that they achieve so much more together. So there is still hope for the young guys. But unfortunately, they get influenced by the low-level pickup instructor. Let's just go bang some chicks. Let's get some low-hanging fruit, And they're just doing numbers, and then they stop giving up on those other areas of their life.
No, I can't stress this enough. It's not so much the resources that you have, it's the ability and ambition to acquire them. So, and she would love to be on the journey with you because that creates a bond and intimacy. So, if you don't have the resources yet, don't worry, just have the ambition to acquire them.
Yes, and I appreciate your honesty, because a lot of women say, I don't need resources. Well, even though not everybody needs anything, it's not the same for everyone. However, if you're a successful woman, at some point you want a family. Even if you don't want a family, the DNA wiring is still firing you to select for a man and react to a man who is the kind of guy who could offer a better quality life. So, I mean, no woman wants to have a lesser quality life. If she pair bonds with this guy, if she pair bonds with G here, she doesn't want to go backwards in life. She'll like, wow, if I pair bond with this guy, he's well traveled, he's got dreams and goals, he's a film director, her lifestyle will improve. And that's exciting. Being on the adventure, that archetypal, the man from afar, the archetype's journey, the hero goes and slays the dragon, he acquires new skills, he comes back to the village, and he is a man from another place in the tall dark stranger concept, and rides off into the sunset. They go and achieve a beautiful life together. But the pickup guy gets stuck right at the bottom, low-level fruits, like almost Adam and Eve with the apples again, not getting too deep there. But so for me, your concept of the emotions, those are those emotional pangs that are the evolutionary wiring saying this is what you need. So the problem with the guy, and the reason he asked that question in the first place, is because a woman's saying do this, do that, and it's still going to be awkward initially, and there has to be a phase. The danger is when they get stuck in this phase of just practicing for the sake of practicing pickup, rather than meeting someone special, having great relationships, or even somebody, it may be a fuck buddy, but you don't even find a great guys like that would be the holy grail for some guys. It's sex without all the hassle, but you're not going to get to that because they want to bypass that connection phase. They don't want to build a connection. They just want to have the attraction, and they want to DTF, down to fuck, Again, they want to bypass it. And there's a danger again there. They bypass that, and there's buyer's remorse. Like in sales, somebody pushes too much to sell you something, you can always return that item. You can't return the sex that you felt a bit pushed into. But somebody where you have a bond and you take your time, and they open up to you, you have amazing sex, you can have repeat sex, and even if you were not right for long-term relationships, you might just really enjoy each other's company and sex. So guys can have what they want, but they've got to learn to build emotional connections with women. Problem is, that's another skill if they're not natural at it. So that's why you shouldn't, or just be yourself. Well, if you're not used to doing or not being with many women, and you've been that dude the other day, he's coming out of a marriage for 17 years. And I feel his pain, like 42 years old, and he's going to have to start all over again. He has absolutely no idea. Him being himself, he just wants to, as he's telling me, well, the first girl I met, he says, I was just telling her, I was a loving husband and she cheated. Don't tell a girl you've just met all those things. You feel a cringe. But that's him being himself. He doesn't know otherwise until he retrains his wheels. So the point I'm making is those emotions are evolutionary wiring switches firing off. But at the same time, it's these factors that he hasn't got the social intuition. So he doesn't know what he needs to do.
Yeah,
and when he doesn't know what he needs to do, it's going to come across as a little bit awkward. And there's going to be that phase.
Yeah.
And that's why it's better if you go out with another man who's a little bit more balanced, is not going to allow you to be needy and quirky.
Yeah.
But do remember, so right back to the point what you were saying before about she doesn't know what she wants. She does, and there are also these emotions that are going to distract her. And this is like the girl who tells her friends, what do you want? That's what and this is key. I want a guy. What do you want? You want ambition?
Oh, absolutely.
Drive.
Sense of humor.
Yeah, sense of humor, because that sense of humor is also, where does that come from? It's called social intuition. It's an attraction switch in itself, because if he can be humorous at the same time without being an entertainer comedy guy, then people react favorably to him. It's a social skill. It's a high value social skill. So humor, confidence. Confidence, why? Confidence, if he has a lot of confidence, successes. Successes, resources, the potential to acquire resources and have a better quality life. And a nice guy, generous, protecting, he's going to be loyal, fair, all of those things.
Absolutely.
And most women will say pretty much the same to some degree. And a guy's like, but that's me. The guy's like, that's me. But then he approaches, because what she's actually talking about, and this is when dating coaches are given advice, and that's why it's very hard, because I consider our team dating coaches. And but at the same time, the dating phase is after the attraction phase.
Exactly, yeah.
So you have to learn how to approach, meet, create attraction, show and demonstrate value in a sociable group, open, stimulate, captivate, and attract.
Yeah.
Before they even get to the dating phase. But what a woman is talking about is when she meets a guy in the dating, and more importantly, the relationship phase. But that's somewhere down there. She's talking about what she wants with her guy, but forgetting that what she wants is not necessarily what she's going to react to in the first instance, because she can't see all of the things she wants. She cannot see that by looking at him. Exactly. You ask a guy, what do you want? Tall, blonde, boobs, or big butts, or whatever they want. They're going to talk about the visual first, and he can see she's got it. He's already excited. So boom. The key here is that what she's saying she wants the relationship, but that's not necessarily what she's going to react to in the attraction and the approach. So a man still has to learn that phase, but it's not a long phase. And if you practice it, she can feel comfortable with your fun, engaging, stimulating approach. Her friends can feel engaged. Everybody's happy. You can connect. You get into dating. Then she can see you upload your beauty of who you are as a man, those qualities at a later stage. But she can't see them straight away.